All right, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. Let's do this.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, you got it going there. All right.
All right. So this first agenda is for January 19th, the regular city commission meeting, 10 a.m. First item is the approval of minutes from several prior commission meetings. I do anticipate one additional approval coming from Joint Food as well from their last meeting before sunset. Then there's the bid award for employee physicals and physician services. Settlement of workers' compensation claims. And then, hold on one second. I'm still letting people in. Here we go. The next item is the purchase of Brass Tracks Acquisition Station.
New commissioners, just speak up if you have questions about anything as we go through here.
Okay. The next item is the Florida Department of Transportation Safety Office subgrant funding. The next item is the committee assignments, which will be finalized prior to the meeting.
Go.
I'm sorry to interrupt. This is Cynthia Curry, and I'm in the room with Mr. Cunningham and Mr. Needy and Commissioner Duncan Walker and Zariah, and we're all here.
Wow. All right. We're all in the wrong place.
Nothing been talking about you.
Yeah. And I'm prepared for any explanation on these items. I haven't said anything. I just didn't want you to think we weren't here.
I do actually have a question. Thank you, Manager Curry, for that. On the last item, I believe, brass tracks, I'd like a little explanation and clarification there. So this is a police department item. It is, as discussed this morning, some technology associated with forensic technology. I'm not going to propose to know anything about what it's about, but it was presented to the commission by GPD when they submitted their departmental plan for the use of ARPA money. So this is that forensic equipment. And if you want some more explanation between Chief Jones and Scott, because Chief Jones was the one trying to provide the explanation for me this morning. And I did recall that it was listed in that grouping of items that we presented to commission. It was actually GPC as well. But it is a piece of equipment that they used and they needed. It actually helps them to match up bullet casings after shootings. It is a piece of equipment that's associated with them being able to identify weapons, bullet casings, etc. Okay, brass tracks. Okay. Thank you very much for that.
And it is an ARPA funded item.
ARPA funded. Thank you.
Out of GPD.
Okay.
Commissioner Book, you had a question there? Throw your hand up.
Yeah, did you call me, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, you had your hand up.
Yes, sir. The DOT subgrant. All I was thinking was it would be nice to invite the Gainesville Alliance that deals with the safe roads specific to this agenda item, and it looks like it's GPD. So the GACAR, I can't remember what the entire acronym stands for, but we should probably send them an invite and let them know that this item is on the agenda because it's specific to some of their areas of focus.
What was the name of the organization, Commissioner Book?
Ma'am, it's the acronym is GACAR. Commissioner Eastman, do you remember what that stands for?
Gainesville Citizens for Active Transportation. It's GCAT. You're mixing them up with the realtors group, GACAR.
Okay.
You're thinking GCAT.
Right. Right. I may have the letters in the wrong order.
I was getting confused as you were saying. I was like, yeah, that's GCAT, or no, that's GAT. Yeah. There's a lot of G's in all the acronyms around here. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All righty.
Buses, houses for sale, whatever. It's all the same stuff, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. The next item is the committee assignments, as I was stating. Just a reminder to all of our commissioners to please turn your forms. And then also we have the proposed general government fiscal year 2024 budget development calendar.
Just as a comment on this, it is a change in previous budget policy that we are not proposing a 2-year budget for development. We're just going to do 1 year. and not two. We think that it's in the best interest of the city, to really kind of revert back to 1 year until we can put our, policies in place, get our audit stabilized, et cetera. And so we're proposing 1 year, not 2 years. That's important.
Madam Manager, I just like to hear more about it at our meeting tomorrow when we speak about it. I'd just be curious what the benefits and downsides are.
Okay.
Okay. Then there's the resignation of Marcy Steffen from the Cultural Affairs Board. And that is it for the consent agenda. There's an item that, of course, is still in draft. This is the Gainesville or GCRA area projects and project update for the morning. Okay.
Before you move on, the Gainesville history moment, is that a new addition to the agenda?
Yes. So I've asked Commissioner Chestnut. I asked Vivian Filer and Donna Waller to put together a group of folks who can help us kind of redirect and have a minute or two item on Gainesville history at the 1 o'clock session at every meeting.
That's very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. The next item is, this is into the business discussion items for the afternoon, the Dowling Way Cluster Subdivision Design Plat.
Yeah, I have a question about this. Is this, and I don't see Andrew Persons on here, I don't believe, but is this,
I'm here.
why are we voting on this exactly? Are they asking for a variance or what is the, why is this before us?
No, this is I'm on. This is the first step of the city's subdivision process where the applicant brings a conceptual design plat to the commission for approval. Then they work through construction drawings and then finally back to the commission for the final plat, which then gets recorded.
Thank you.
And we will also work with Sustainable Development to update the recommendation here as well.
If I might intervene just for a second on item F, business discussion items morning, draft 2023-64 GCRA projects and budget update. If we could just make that one correction, Omi, it says projects and project update. It's projects and budget update.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
The next item is appointments to the Development Review Board and Historic Preservation Board. And then the final item for the afternoon is the discussion of commission salaries per the request of Commissioner Book. And the ordinances on first reading is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances to include clear boarding standards. Into the evening, we have a few proclamations: Zero Waste Week, January 22nd through the 29th, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Weekend, and then Holocaust Remembrance Day. And that is it.
So let's consider moving, if you would scroll back down to the afternoon. Let's consider, down to the ordinance's first reading. Let's consider putting that in the evening, so we've got something of substance in the evening. I'm sure more things will come up, but rather than just reading through proclamations, let's go ahead and have an opportunity for discussion on that, and that would give us time to breathe on all three sessions.
Clear boarding. That's the clear boarding item?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Commissioner Sacco, you had your hand up.
Yes, sir. I have a question. So an earlier iteration of the agenda had us, and Madam Manager, you can tell me if we've just rolled it in, had us discussing Heartwood and increases to the expense. Was that rolled into the GCRA as one thing?
Actually, we need to have the discussion on projects and budget before we put that Heartwood item on the agenda. And so we pulled it off and put this on so we could kind of put things in the right order. So hardwood will come back. Hardwood will come back.
Okay, because it was on consent and I wanted to talk further, but if we've moved it, that works. Thank you.
Commissioner Book, you had your hand up there also.
I just want to say reference the referral for commission salary. There'll probably be a little additional backup that's put in between now and the 19th, but some of the items that are in there now come from some previous work by the policy oversight coordinator and an intern.
Okay.
Okay. So now we can move to the 26th. We did not email this out, so everyone will be seeing this one for the first time, but this is January 26, 2023 GPC. And the first item here is approval of some minutes. And then community-based organizations funding process. And then equitable development framework. The GPC administrative session, which for new commissioners is basically the time where you will lay out the topics for the remainder of the quarter. Based on either policy research, updates, or other requests that may have come through the pipeline. And then lastly, the federal legislative priorities update.
And our federal lobbyist, Harry Glenn, will be here with us that day. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Yes, that is accurate.
That's it.
Okay. No questions on that one?
Shortly after winning, I had the policy group review, I guess, 2 items. When I spoke with them last week, they said that once it's done, I can choose to possibly put it on the January 26th meeting. I don't know if we've determined that this is how it's going to be, so that would just get moved to the next meeting, or if that's, I haven't decided whether we want this on there or not, but I didn't think that decision would have had to been made this quickly into the month.
So generally speaking, we have a conversation at this session, at the administrative session, item E3, is scheduling things for a GPC for the remainder of the quarter.
All right, that's fine.
I can't see it. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns? All righty, we have some agendas. We will see y'all Friday morning, right?
See you Friday morning.
Very good.
Early.
Bye.
Oh, one last thing though. I think the charters have my agenda review immediately after, so I'm not sure how we're gonna go about that one, but it's supposed to stay on this link immediately after the agenda is how the clerk set it up.
All
Right,
well,
Omi?
I'm gonna drop off.
I'm not sure, but this is recording, so probably not. Let me just send out another link.
Okay,
All
if
right,
we could get that one figured out. Thank you.
you got it.
All right, signing off.
Bye-bye.